All right, today we're going to talk about all the tips and tricks on your next Royal Caribbean cruise. My name is Kelly. We are a family of 5. We went on a Wonder of the Seas Royal Caribbean cruise. We've also been on Harmony of the Seas and a few other Disney cruises. Some of these will transcend other cruises, but we're specifically going to talk about Royal Caribbean Cruises Wonder of the Seas. Number 1, Wonder of the Seas is huge. Decorate your door. Remember, everything's magnet. So just bring some things. You don't have to go out and buy anything. You could, if you want to go to the dollar store, you could buy some cute little magnets. And we did have something made for our door. But literally, if you have things on your current refrigerator that you can just clip, just decorate your door. Why is this important? First of all, it's kind of fun. You'll have something on your door. But secondly, Wonder of the Seas is huge. It's got long hallways. And so when you're coming in late at night and you're really, really tired, it's going to help you spot your room. So decorate your door. Pro tips for your cabin. Use your hangers. Use your closet space. The Wonder of the Seas rooms are actually very functional for storage and they have plenty of drawers and closets. But instead of having your backpacks either under your bed or kind of hanging out in your room, hang them on hangers in your closet. This was great, not only for space saving, but we also put things in there that we wanted easy access to. Like sometimes you just have things that you don't really want even in your drawers that you can just leave in there. Like we used our first aid kit and things like that we kept in our backpack, just hanging on the lower level of the closet. Second tip. Remove hangers if you find them clinging together. There was a night where it was the storming outside, and so the ship was kind of rocking, and you were hearing kind of a noise that kept waking me up. And so I found it was the hangers, because those hangers are usually wooden, so they're kind of clanging together. So if you're hearing noises in your room and you're a light sleeper like I am, remove the hangers that aren't being used and put them on your couch, or just give them to your attendant and they'll take them away for you as well. Bring magnets. If you remember nothing else about a cruise, bring magnets. This is something I did not know before my first cruise. And so I actually now have evolved and I bring 2 styles of magnets. Number 1 is I bring clippy magnets that holds all the paperwork to keep it off of your desk. And then I also bring hook magnets, and that's where all of our swimsuits, hats, beach bags, different things get hung on the wall to keep clutter out of your room. And if you have a heavier beach bag, and oftentimes we do with the sunblock and other things that we keep in it, or our day bags, we'll use multiple hooks. So just put 2 or 3 and just hang it up. And trust me, it will keep your room clutter free. And if you're interested in any of the magnet links that we've used specifically, there are going to be links in the description for you to look at. Another pro tip, order Continental breakfast. Honestly, we went on a few cruises and didn't do this, and I'm not sure why we didn't. We always went to the buffet or did other things like that, but this particular cruise, we ordered Continental breakfast every morning. We actually would fill out the card the night before, and there's a certain time that you hang it on your door the night before you go to bed. And on Wonder of the Seas, Continental breakfast is included in your fare, so there are no charge. You can tip if you choose to. And we had coffee delivered every single morning with some bagels and some fresh fruit and yogurt, and it was glorious. We did have a balcony room, and so it was just nice getting up, being able to take your time, have your coffee on the balcony when the sun was coming up. And another pro tip, my daughter and I are big coffee drinkers, and so we would put ×2 or large, and we'd write that on the card, and then they'd either bring 2 carafes or they'd bring 1 large carafe, because sometimes the smaller carafe just wasn't enough. And if you just have 1 carafe, and maybe you have multiple people in your room that like coffee, keep your carafe. Then if you don't want to order again, you want more coffee, get your steps in, take your carafe, go down to the 5th floor or 5th deck, I'll say, where they have the promenade, and you can fill up your carafe with coffee and bring it back to your room. And we actually did that every day. We kept a small carafe in our room and didn't give it back to the attendant. We told them what we were doing, and we washed it out, and we just filled that up so when we had coffee when we wanted to, because coffee is available 24/7, but sometimes you don't want to have to go back to the promenade to get it. So use the carafe that you get for delivery and refill it at your leisure. Another pro tip, If you're not aware, you have to have your balcony door closed and your room key in the slot of your room for your air and your electricity to work. So one pro tip that we always do is we always bring extra old hotel keys that we'll put in the place of the slot instead of our CPAS card, because honestly, we are notorious for forgetting our CPAS card, leaving the room, and then not being able to get back in because we left our CPAS card in there. So we use the pro tip of using an old hotel key, which is the same size, and we put that key card in the slot. Now, we do remove it because we do want to conserve electricity if you don't need it on, but honestly, it is a lot nicer to know it's there and you always have your CPAS card with you so you don't forget it in your room. On Royal Caribbean specifically, and this may not, Under the Seas, and this may not be every cruise ship, but they do have these little disposable toppers that they put on the glasses that they leave in your room. And those are great for storage. And why do I use them? I use them for my earrings. You can use them for hearing aids. You can use them for just those little things that you don't want to lose on your countertop or maybe knock off onto the floor. So if your room has one of those disposable cup toppers, use that for storage. It really can be a savings right on your bathroom counter. Pro tip now for just kind of towards the end of the cruise with your luggage. Your luggage can go under your bed, and I think most of us know that. Now, that's not every cruise ship, but at least on Wonder of the Seas and Harmony of the Seas and the Disney cruise lines that we've been on, you've been able to store your luggage under the bed. But what about when you're leaving? For those who have been on a cruise, you know that you need to put your checked luggage out the night before you leave so that it can go through the check process the next day. So you need to always kind of remember what to keep with you for the next morning. And I've not witnessed it, that people have actually forgotten to lay clothes out and have packed all their clothes and end up having to buy a cruise line robe because you will not have access to your luggage until you get through customs. But a pro tip is you don't have to do that. If you are able to carry your own luggage and you have to be able to hold it on your own or wheel it on your own, you can't ask for help, you can keep it with you and just go through the custom process the next morning. And the first couple times we went on cruises, we did it the night before. And honestly, it was just kind of inconvenient because you just have to kind of think a lot harder. And sometimes you don't want to do that on your last day about what do you need for that morning and the day of, because you're not going to have access to it until you get off the ship. So we've just learned we pack a little lighter, we go carry on only, or if we bring a checked luggage, it's something that we can manage on our own, and we just get off the customs through the normal process, getting off just like we did when we got on. So pro tip, you don't have to put your luggage out the night before if you can handle it on your own. Use the online check-in process. This is another tip that I don't think many people did, and they were in long lines when they were checking in. So you can download the app and put your passport and all that information in, and that is highly, highly recommended. But you can also start your muster drill the morning of getting on the ship. So we were actually able to listen and watch the video of the muster drill on our app while we were sipping coffee at our hotel before we got on to our arrival time. And so then what you do is you attest. As long as everybody reviewed that drill and answered the questions you need to answer, you can attest for everyone in your cabin on your app. That's just one less thing you have to do when you get on the ship. Now, when you got on the ship, you do have to check in and actually physically go to the muster drill station. But honestly, it took like 2 minutes and we were ready to start our vacation right away. By far the easiest, most efficient muster drill we've done on cruises. If you have a beverage package, know that on the first day when you get on, you're not going to necessarily have either a refillable mug or your CPAS card if your room isn't ready. But don't worry. All you can do, you can go to any bar, any place that's serving alcohol or any kind of drinks, and just give them your name and your room number, and they will look it up, and you'll be able to start your beverage package immediately upon entering the cruise ship. And if you have kids that only got the soda pop package and you don't have your refillable mug yet, no worries. You can go to any bar on the ship at any point in time. Again, the same process. Tell them your name and they'll just give you a glass of soda of your choice. You don't have to have the refillable mug and actually go to a refillable station to get soda for your day. Something else about the spa or about the beverage package. Don't forget the spa. What if you're not a coffee drinker and you're like my older son and you like energy drinks, or maybe you like smoothies? Don't forget there is a spa beverage area inside the spa. And some people don't go to the spa, so you wouldn't know it was there. But if you like smoothies, if you like energy drinks, go to the beverage area, which is where those smoothies and more, I'll call it healthier drinks are located inside the spa, or if you need your energy drink fixed. Pro tip for specialty restaurants. As you know, most specialty restaurants you have to pay an additional charge for. They're not included in your fare. But did you know your beverage package does work at the specialty restaurants? So for example, our family went to Playmakers Sports Bar and we were watching, at the time, the Home Run Derby was on the baseball channel. And so we were enjoying the Home Run Derby. But did you know that my son and my husband had the deluxe beverage package? So they were able to order drinks and that was included. We didn't have to order food to sit there. They had TVs outside, they had TVs inside, and they got beer flights and different margaritas. And so you did not have to order food and actually pay anything to enjoy that. The same goes for Johnny Rockets. If you have a refreshment package or a deluxe beverage package, you can order a milkshake, their famous milkshakes, from Johnny Rockets without having to pay anything, without having to order any food. So the pro tip would be look at your beverage package, and if you want those entities, you can absolutely do it. You can also do it in some of the other specialty restaurants that have maybe like the Mason Jar has the PB Old Fashioned, the PB Old Fashioned that they're known for. You don't have to have reservations at the Mason Jar to eat food. To get that, you can either pay out of pocket, or if you have a deluxe beverage package, you can go in there and order your drink and take it to wherever you want. Some pro tips on the main dining room. First of all, we like the main dining room. I know this can be controversial. There are people that don't, but we really like the food at the main dining room that's included in our package. But did you know if you really want the chopped steak or a lobster, did you know that any point in time at any night you can order that and they'll bring it with your food to the main dining room? And my husband did that a couple times. There was nights where he really wanted a good solid steak, and we knew Chopped Steakhouse had that solid steak, and he also wanted lobster. So we all went to the main dining room. We all ordered things that were included in our fare. My husband then ordered for an extra charge a lobster and a steak. And honestly, it was way less expensive than all of us paying the extra charge to go to Chop's Grill, when all of us were fine with whatever was on the theming for the main dining room. So remember, if you have somebody that really wants steak and lobster, they can have that at the main dining room. They'll just have to pay an extra fee, but you don't have to worry about all the extra charges for your kids or for others. So keep that in mind. And this is just kind of an honorable mention, I'll call it. So don't forget, the Royal Caribbean in particular, the Oasis class ships have so much fun things to do. For example, like laser tag, and they have the zip lining, and they have all the sporting things. But did you know you need to wear closed-toed shoes to those events? We actually signed up and reserved for the laser tag, which, by the way, highly recommend if you have kids. So much fun. Even for adults, it was a lot of fun. But you have to wear closed-toed shoes. This was something that my husband did not know. So we were in line, and he actually had on sandals. And so the attendant there said, oh, you're not going to be able to participate because you need to wear closed-toed shoes. But it was no worries. They said no problem. There's usually a wait. So just keep in mind, if you have a reserved time, it took about 20 minutes before we were able to actually get in to the laser tag. So he had plenty of time to run up to his cabin, change into his closed-toed shoes, and get back. So keep in mind, if your kids really want to be able to do some of those activities, bring shoes and tennis shoes and socks or closed-toed shoes so they can participate. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. It really helps move my channel forward. And take a look at this next video.